Okay, on the first video on completing the square, we did a very basic one. You can see that this one looks quite similar, but there is a small difference. My leading coefficient is no longer a positive 1, it is an actual number. In this case, it's 2. To be able to complete the square, your leading coefficient must be a 1. It can't be a 2, it can't be a 3, it can't be a 5, it can't be any other number besides a positive 1. Here we still only have one variable, we just have x. I already grouped them together on one side of the equation, and anything that was not part, that did not have an x in it, that we did not add, I put to the other side of the equation, the a's. From here, we have to do a step first before we can go ahead and complete the square. We need to get this number, your leading coefficient, to a 1. The way we do that is we factor a 2 out. The best way to think about factoring is simply, you're going to take the number, whatever number is in front of your squared term, your squared variable. In this case, it's a 2. You're going to do 2 times, and then from there, to figure out what goes inside your parentheses, is you're going to come up here, and everything that's in that group, you want to divide it by whatever number this is. In this case, it's 2. Bring your sign down, minus. Then you just ask yourself, well, what's 2 divided by 2? Well, that's going to be 1. So this becomes 1 times x squared, which is just x squared. You bring your sign down, then you say 24 divided by 2. Well, that's just 12. And from 12, bring your x with it, it becomes 12x. Bring down your equals 8. Only do this to the group. Don't do it to the whole thing. Don't take the 2 out of the 8, because then you use 2 times 4 and you're going backwards. You don't need to do that. From here, we're going to complete the square inside the parentheses. Once again, you just simply look, I got my square term, I have my single term, I take the number in front of the single, which is 12. You're going to do 12 divided by 2. That gives you 6. This is going to be your factor when you factor, on the next step when we factor. We're going to take 6, we're going to square it. That is 36. We need to add 36 to both sides of the equation, but this is parentheses, so we want to add the 36 inside the parentheses. So we bring our 2 down. 2 times x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals 8. Here's where this makes a little bit of a difference, because you want to say, I just need to add 36, because that's what we did in the last video. But in this case, there is a number directly in front of it. In reality, you didn't just add 36 to this side, you added 2 times 36 to this side, which is 72. So to add to the other side, you need to go ahead and do plus 2 times 36. The number in front of your parentheses that you factored out, and the number that you added. This becomes 2 times 36, 2 times 36, so your equation stays balanced. From here is the second step, which is just basic. You're going to factor, you're going to bring down your 2. We're going to factor this. It's an x, bring that down. It's an x. Bring my sign down. Minus. Come over here. The number we got when we divided 12 by 2 is 6. That comes in here. 6 squared equals. And then from here, this is basic arithmetic. This is 2 times 36, which is 72, plus 8 makes 80. And at that point, you are done completing the square. Leave it like this. Do not divide it by 2 like your instincts would tell you from everything you've learned in algebra. From here, you would only divide by 2 if you were going to solve for x. We're not going to be solving for x in conics.